I'm Joanna, and I got a lot of shit to do.
Keep it on task.
All right, I got some shit to say. So I've talked about how Spanish loves turning English words into verbs, but now I realize that English loves turning nouns into verbs. Google became Googling, floss became flossing, which you did not do, and adult became adulting. Millennials, the generation everybody loves to write shit think pieces about on Medium, came along and made the word adult into a verb, because adult isn't something that you are, but something that you do, because I will never be an adult.
Joanna, you're 27 years old. Like, you pay for rent and health insurance and groceries and shit.
You know, I go ice skating, but I'm not an ice skater. I partake in adulting, but I'm not an adult. At my age, my grandmother had 4 kids, a mortgage, and had taken up the healthy hobby of golfing. I, on the other hand, have 4 iPhone chargers, a credit card I forget to pay regularly, and I've taken up the healthy hobby of curating an exquisite collection of gifts. Studies show that yes, this generation is going through life stages later than other generations, if at all. Because how do you pay for a house? And honestly, how do you hold a baby?
What?
Safely.
You cradle.
Yeah, bitch, I've cradled and I've dropped a baby. So. But after attempting to party for 2 nights straight, which ended up in me sick and in a fetal position on my couch, watching Olympic curling videos while only eating saltine crackers and questioning my life decisions, I decided to embrace the act of adulting. So here are some of the good parts, the bad parts, and the sad parts of adulting. Con, I feel more anxious about the world we live in because when I was a kid, I trusted adults, pilots, doctors, the guy at the grocery store who knew where the mayo was. But now I am the age of adults, and I can tell you that no one really knows what they're doing, and that mayo guy just guessed aisle 3. What I know now is frightening. There was a girl in my dorm that regularly tripped on mushrooms, and now she's a 3rd grade teacher. Is that American Airlines pilot hungover? I don't know. My ex-boyfriend is now a doctor. And let me tell you something. He didn't know anatomy very well.
What do you mean?
I'll just let you. Don't make me explain
Like
it.
you didn't know what legs were?
Yes, let's just say that. Pro, spending alone time in the past was a sign you had no friends, and now it's something you cherish, like you would cherish a Target gift card you just remember you had, or a new Netflix series that you're like mildly interested in but you can play while you're doing house chores. Con, you don't have a lot of time for friends anymore, so friends start becoming like a bit of work. Remember when all you had to do was show up to school and bam, that's it, that's all, that's your social life. Now you have to like set Google Cal reminders to grab a beer, and half the time you're too tired and kind of want to get out of it.
Is that why you don't come to board game nights?
No, I don't go to board game nights because I don't play the game of life, okay? I'm in the game of life. What?
How is any of that the game of life?
Players don't hate the player, hate the game.
Stupid.
Pro, I can go to sleep whenever the funker nickel I want. Con, if I get less than 6 hours of sleep, I am a shit person.
That's an accurate statement. I can attest to
I
that.
got 5 hours of sleep last night.
I know.
Get the fuck out of here. Pro, I can buy whatever I want if I have the money. Like, if I want to buy 17 pounds of cotton candy, What was that?
That was great. That's staying in.
No! 17 pounds of cotton candy. Cotton candy.
Cotton candy.
If I want to buy 17 pounds of cotton candy, I may do so because fuck you, I'm living my dream. Con, that money that you want to use for cotton candy, it's complicated. And nobody taught you any of this shit. Not even your dad, who's an economist. Did you think I was gonna learn by osmosis? Because I didn't. I can tell you that helium is a noble gas. I can tell you the first 4 numbers in pi, but I can't tell you how an interest rate is going to affect my bat mitzvah money. I also can't tell you where the fuck my bat mitzvah money even is. I haven't seen it since I was 13. I feel like my dad knows where it is, though.
Your dad probably knows where it is. Yo, Dad.
Hey, Dad.
Where that mitzvah at?
I need the money. I'm aware that this is just me basically complaining about petty shit, but if you think about it, being an adult is complaining a lot and it's always being tired. So basically, I fucking killed it. I'm an adult.
Whoa. You're admitting it. You're an adult.
Oh.
Because I will never be an adult. Because I will never be an adult. Be an adult.
Whoa.
That worked against me. I guess it makes sense that our transition from adolescence to adulthood is a little longer than you'd expect, like the third act of that last Lord of the Rings movie. Can you please end? I've had to pee since the little guy fell in the lava. But in all seriousness, our generation has the longest life expectancy, the most career choices, and the most privilege out of any generation before us. And we're super lucky. But tell me, what about adulting really grinds your gears? And if you're not an adult yet, what are you doing up? It's past your bedtime.
Go to bed.
I've never said that to anyone and I feel powerful. So until next time, I'm Joanna and I've said my piece.
What, are you flicking something at the camera?
I burst your bubble.